with me for Coffee Talk Live. It is the Friday edition, July the 18th, 2025, 7 p.m. Central Time. And we're going to be talking about things that are going on, part 2. I hope everybody had a wonderful day. It's been a good one for me. Uncle Al, thy bullfrog 79. How are you doing this evening, Mr. Sato? Joseph Moore. How are things in the Moore home? How was that softball game? Did the daughter win? Buying space. Myra Elaine, how are you doing? Five in the house and 4 likes. No, they lost in the last inning. Well, that happens. It was a close game, huh? Okay. Okie dokie. Wow, now it's showing who leaves a like. If the troll shows up, they'll probably be the only one that doesn't have a like. I've been trying to de-troll myself. So, if you've noticed the last few evenings, certain channel comes on, says what they normally say, and then they disappear. That's me anti-trolling my channel. If you can't leave me a like, then I got issues. You're awake. Okay. That's good, Myra. See all these people leaving me likes. Buying space. Hit the like button, please. It will be greatly appreciated in my quest to reach 2K. Can everybody, Enrique Trevino, can everybody else see in the comments the little crown with the number of the like? Mom of 4 boys, how's it going? Not everybody can see that. That's because not everybody has left a like. I'm trying to encourage them to have good manners. Yoda, my friend Dave. Well, Dave, I'm at 1978. I am inching my way. I'll take your word for that. 8 in the house and 8 likes. This is a new feature I hadn't seen before. That's why I'm sort of excited about it. KP Heathen, my friend, how's it going? Really? Didn't know that. There's so much I don't know about YouTube. Lots of stuff I don't know about YouTube. And they're always making changes. They're always making... Yes, it is a new thing with the crowns to tell who your top commenters are. Oh, okay. Well. Good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff. I figured it'd tell me who the likes were. Okie doke. 7 channels have come in and identified themselves. I appreciate that. 7 in the house and 10 likes. 6 minutes in. So, Little Lone Prepper, how's it going? So I will tell y'all, I am in the process of doing boxes for people. Those who support me, I support, one way or another. And I try to give back. Part-time planning, how are you doing, Peter? Idaho Garden Girl, hello. So, I got a box out to Uncle Al. I got a one out to Dave Yoda. And that was the missus forgetting that I'm doing a live stream. She came in, she saw it doing a live stream, and she left quietly. Very rarely does she leave quietly. I think she's trying to respect my time on my live stream. I got a follow-up out today because he sent me some I've got to do a review, unboxing of it. He sent me like 20 different little bottles of hot sauce. Wife said, "Oh, you're going to destroy stuff." No, I'm not going to destroy anything. And then I've got a box together for Idaho Garden Girl for Stephanie, but I haven't sent it yet. I'm going to do a video of it. I'm going to do a video unboxing of Dave's box. So I got a couple in the very near future. I've got a couple of more videos will be going up. Now let me point out to you. I just did one. Somebody was asking me about my tacos and how I do a taco or whatever, and said, "Well, why aren't you putting bacon or why aren't you putting meat in it?" So I went ahead and I added some sausage. Normally, I give my wife several of the little sausages every day. I put them in the microwave for about 30 seconds to heat them up. So I did a video, and it had 4 eggs, put some American cheese in it, and I usually do at least half of a jalapeno, cut up a jalapeno. I added some onion and sausage, onion, jalapeno, salt and pepper. You know, I did a video of it. And Mr. Whistle, how you doing, Mr. Whistle? Thank you for coming. Yep. And I went in and I did a video. I said, "To hell with it, I'm gonna shoot this as I make it this morning." So anyway, that was a nice video. And it's only like, it's less than 6 minutes. It's less than 6 minutes long. I edited it. I didn't do any shout outs. I didn't do any shout outs in it. I didn't link any channels with it. I did put in the description a reminder that if you want to be in the drawing for my 2,000 subscriber giveaway, you need to have left a like and a comment supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I will have released when I hit the 2,000. And I'm getting close. You know, getting close. So don't say I haven't repeatedly said to my viewers, you know, don't wait and say, oh, I'm going to do it in the next couple of days. And might be that next couple of days you're too late. It could be a week or two. Could be tomorrow. I don't know. But if you haven't, you need to go back and check. And the other thing is, if you don't remember, oh, I think I left a like on each of the last 5. There were some people who had left a like in the last of 3 of the 5, 4 of the 5, but it's got to be 5 of the 5. So I'm tired of beating that dead horse. Yeah, well, it's the Hispanic in me, you know. I have that flavor, you know. It's a Hispanic in me. I want to remove the hearts and expressions on the side for my live chats. I want to remove the hearts and expression. I don't know. I don't know. And that's part of what we'll be talking about this evening. I got in some Bible tabs, markers for chapters. These are nice. It's nice. Paid like $6 for it. And then I got in another Bible I'd ordered, and the Bible came messed up. And I think I already showed this, but I'll show y'all again. Came messed up. Somebody, because it came in one of these envelopes, mailers, didn't come in a box, and somebody, something jabbed it, and you can see where it got jabbed from the envelope where it got jabbed. So I had to contact them, and they said, well, we're going to send you a mailer, and you return it, and when you return it, you'll get credit for it, and then you can order another one. I'll get credit and, you know, reverse my account or put it back on my card. And that way, I've never had that happen before, but I think it probably should have been sent in a box. It should not have been sent in a the way the mail goes. It shouldn't have been sent just in a flimsy envelope the way they do things. I don't look Hispanic. Well, I have blue eyes. Black Irish. I don't know. That term Black Irish comes from the Spanish Armada. A lot of it washed up on the shores of Ireland. They stayed there, and, you know, they call them the Black Irish. Anyway, Ireland was largely Catholic, and the Spaniards were Catholic, and they were invading back in the 16th century. It's a long story. You know, you have to have a degree in history to... I have that degree, but anyway. But seriously, absorbed for the chili the sauce, right? My father, he loved sauces. My uncle Howard, may he rest in peace, he loved hottest jalapeno I'd ever had in my life. Made my nose run, and jalapenos don't make my nose run. They don't bring water or anything. But the hottest jalapeno I'd ever had came out of my uncle's garden in Atlanta, Tucker, Georgia, suburb. That was about 20 years ago. And I was a lot tougher back then than I am today. Anyway, so we're going to talk about, oops, and I'm going to have to take my medicine tonight. So, don't want to forget that. So we're going to talk about the topic for this evening, which is current events, part 2. So let me get into it. Let me know if somebody else shows up. Overuse of apps. I'll tell you that much. Overuse of apps. We have all these apps. I don't know what to do with some of them. I don't use them. You know, I'm not the app guy. I'm not crazy about everything's got to be an app. smartphones. Everybody's dependent on smartphones. Everything's a smartphone. And truthfully, I use, like, if I'm going someplace, I use maps. I set the address and I let it give me directions where I'm going if I don't know where I'm going. I mean, I've lived in Victoria for the last 20 years, but I still, like, certain streets, certain places, I've got to go someplace. It's not a main street, one of the main streets, I do a MapQuest, or Google Maps. I have both programs. So idea of the AI apocalypse. Within 5 years, most white-collar jobs will need AI training to continue their jobs. See education. This leads to a massive shortage of teachers. Well, we've got a massive shortage of teachers right now in 2024, 20 through 2029, next 5 years. Massive shortage. And they're hiring a lot of people who aren't qualified. They got alternative programs where you have somebody who they might have a year of college in, and they're trying to get their degree. They're 20, 21 years old, and they give them a teaching position. I mean, usually it's at campuses that have a hard time staffing because they're not a very good campus. They don't have the good demographics and, the students and such that they have. Bad reputations. And they'll hire kids, 20, 21 years old, in college. They're not degreed. They only pay them 75% of starting teacher pay until they finish their credentials. They're only getting 75%. And they give them like 4 years to do it. The majority of people are incapable of handling the new technology. Well, I tell you, the new technology I struggle with. I have to go through training for stuff like programs, special ed programs, how to do this, how to do that. I have to go through trainings. Sometimes, you go through a training, it's like online training, and it's like modules. You got to go through and you take little tests along. When you finish, you get like an online certificate, and your boss gets notification that, hey, complete the training. They're always doing training. And then, the technology department is constantly training you. Every month we get like a 5 or 10 minutes worth of video we got to watch. And they're constantly complaining about passwords. And, they'll password you out of being able to use this stuff. Passwords. It's disgusting. It really is. 9 in the house, 14 likes. This is very bad. The U.S. is way behind from most of the world. You need 2 years training to handle some of the basic tasks. Since everything will have some form of AI in the system, these people who don't have the ability or understanding of these systems are a danger to themselves and others. Uncle Al says, place them in a home. Be provided with protection and safety. They need to train taller teachers. Funny. See the Department of Labor. 2, the return of mental hospitals, rehabilitation hospitals, and nursing homes for the increasing population of needs. No education, no. All right, Uncle Al, you need to give me the definition again. It's no education, no. There's another E, and I guess no training or no. He calls it NEETS, N-E-E-T-S. I got to look that one up. I got to learn that acronym. All these new acronyms that people keep coming up with. This will solve California problems with homelessness. Oh, good God. how do you put 20 million people in facilities? You know, half the state population. How do you do that? Like California. Somebody please tell me. No education, no employment, no training. Okay. No ed, no employment, no train. No training. Okay, thank you, Uncle Al. I wrote it down. What are we supposed to do with all of them? Then New York, Illinois. You got all these big blue states with huge overcrowded cities of people are just, they're like semi-brain dead. They want to be provided everything. They get angry if they're not provided everything. They want all their freebies. I don't do crypto. I bought a new trailer here a few months ago to replace the one that I had sold a few years ago, and somebody wanted to pay me with Bitcoin. I said I don't do funny money. I don't do funny. I don't do fake money. I don't do funny money. They want to pay me with Bitcoin. I don't do Bitcoin. They didn't buy the trailer. I don't play. I don't play. Yeah, empty ex-military bases. Yep. So hospitals, mental hospitals, rehabilitation hospitals, nursing homes. Uncle Al thinks it'll solve California's problem of homelessness. There are more homeless people in Los Angeles or San Francisco or some of these big cities than the population of my city. Could you imagine trying to put the population of Victoria, Texas, say 65,000 people, in mental facilities? How many mental facilities would you have to build? How many facilities would you have to build just to house for one city? I don't see that as viable. I don't see that as viable. So the idea, the myth of homeless people needing a $1,400 tiny studio apartment, $3,000 in the Bay Area in LA. Could you imagine that? What they pay or what they'd have to pay? 140, David? Well, in your notes it said 1,400. Did I get the wrong? I don't know. Well, what is the 140? Is that 140,000? Hill, Billy Josh, how's it going? So I ordered a pack of 25 small paper. Where are you? Yeah. All right, Stephanie, I'll put yours in here. Oops, my daughter. I'll add this to her box. I'm going to start putting these in boxes. This is the Constitution of the United States and the Declaration of Independence. I ordered a pack of 25 of these. English language, of course. And I'm going to be putting it in all the boxes I start sending out. Oops. Um, so currently the West Coast has overbuilt urban development to a point leading to a housing market crash, too many houses and apartments. 65% of the homeless are mentally ill. This is Uncle Al's. 65% of the homeless are mentally ill or drug addicts, or drug addicts. The rest are illegal immigrants. Less than 10 years, the West Coast will be homeless free. I don't know about that. Hello, Belinda. Belinda's Country Living. Thank you for coming, Belinda. Now, I will tell you something else I'm upset with. I go and I watch somebody's video, and if I'm not careful, like the video ends, I better hit that timestamp in a hurry or it prevents me from doing it. So like I watched a 10-minute video or a 12-minute video or whatever. I did that several times today. And if I'm not right there at the very end to hit that timestamp, it negates my ability to do it. You know, hitting that timestamp lets the person know, hey, he watched the whole thing or he had the whole thing running. And I'm upset about I'm upset with that one. I'm upset with that one. That it would not let me do that on several of them. You know, pissed me off. What is a timestamp? When you make your comment, if you look over at the edge, there's a little button that's got, it's like a little time indication on it. You hit that button and it stamped your comment that with the little blue stamp that shows how many minutes and seconds of the video you watched. It's not for shorts, it's for videos. And I was upset about that. All right, when next time you look at somebody's video and you want to leave a comment, look over to the right. Look over to the right. When you're writing your comment, there'll be a little indicator thing. Hit that button and it'll stamp how much of the video you watched. It'll minutes and seconds. It'll stamp that. But if you wait till the video completely ends, it turns that off where you can't do it. You can still leave the comment, but you can't use the stamp. The removal and arrest of traitors, paid looters, and violent protesters. See, we still have chain gang laws in the books. Mayor Bass has been using state and city funds to aid illegal immigrants for anti-American and criminal activities. See CNN, CBS, Fox, ABC, MSNBC, and global media. This is coming from Uncle Al. A timestamp can also be used to direct something in a comment to a funny moment or a certain part of the video. I basically just do it at the end to show somebody that I basically watched their entire, video. Communism and socialism are the same thing. An authoritarian dictatorship, the rule of one party. Over 160 million people in the last century have died from communism and socialism. a failed system of government. And there's still places where the communists are running things, the socialists are running things. They haven't been put out. Like the mullahs over the extremist mullahs over in Iran. They're still in control with the military. It only works for mobs of slow herd people, sheeple, repeating slogans and false narratives, true believers of false promises. See the Bay Area and LA. Another good example is Puerto Rico. Oh, good God, Puerto Rico. And we're responsible down there. Never going to give them statehood. But the majority would love to become a state. Why wouldn't we give them statehood? Well, one, they're all going to be left-wing Democrats. They're all going to have their hand out. You know how they're going to vote. We don't need that. We got too much of that right now. See China's 5 to 10-year plans. Or Biden administration, the auto pin 4 years plan. Yeah, still so much of that stuff about the auto pins, that auto pin. People on his staff, they do all these executive actions, auto pin stuff that he didn't even know. He was eating his bowl of cream of wheat and, taking his nap and, out getting his ice cream. Oh, Mr. President, what ice cream did you get this time? And that's what they'd ask him. The media, they'd ask him BS questions. The rise of inflation, July, August, September, October, thanks to Biden. Not tariffs, slow people, basic economics 101, 18 months to 2 years. To see the effect. Stop listening to idiots in the social media. Banning the NEA, that's the National Education Agency. Dissolving all teachers' unions for communism and socialism activities. Refund all donations and dues back to the teachers. Stop promoting communism and socialism ideals in K through 12. High school and colleges. Stop encouraging wokeism and DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, racism in education. Movie review of the Superman and later Supergirl. Both are not good. Tell James Gunn stop using AI, ChatGPT bot, to help write his script. Go woke, go broke. So many of these movies that are coming out, they just lose. They spend hundreds of $millions to make them, and they don't break even. They lose money. Their theme and their wokeism, nobody wants to see it. Superman was a symbol of the heartland. Rural folks, truth, justice, the American way, family. The new stuff is trash. Really. Trash. 6 in the house and 16 likes. So let me go over a few things. We are 35 minutes into my live stream. Let me go over a few things. Talk about a few things. The Yuma Territorial Prison was a scary place to visit as a child. Prisoners literally broke up rocks into gravel. day in, day out, living in the scorching weather. Yeah, a lot of them died, heart attacks and heat stroke. Yep, yep. Um, so trying to deal, when you got one arm behind your back, the way that the algorithm is, the way it pushes out some videos, it doesn't push out others, or it takes, you get pegged at a certain level, so they try to regulate you. Oh, we've been screwing him for a while. His views are way down, so let's make one of these really go up, and you get 5,000, 6,000 views when you've been putting out videos and some were getting 50, 60, 100 views. And all of a sudden, you gotta meet those totals that they expect for you. I don't know. Like, you get pegged as this type of channel or this type of content. Oh, he's a growth channel. Am I a growth channel? Do I put out content? I mean, I'm barely growing. If I put out touchy-feely, wishy-washy, let's go hug the tree, I'd get a lot more support from YouTube. But I put out what I put out. And I appreciate those who support me and come in, and give me views and give me watch time and spend time on my live streams and such. And it's the same group of people. I was at the point where, before my wife had her last surgery this past September, I'd do a live stream and I'd have several hundred views. Now, I think yesterday's live stream had a little over 50 views. And that's an average. Sometimes, I had 75 views on this one. But, and there are a lot of lurkers. A lot of lurkers. But, and they just come by trying to poach new. You gave them a blue wrench at some point. So they just lurk and they'll reach out to, I haven't seen this channel before. Let me reach out to this one, because I do have new channels coming in. I do have new people, that come in, after a while. I think one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to use my computer and pull all the blue wrenches and just issue them to the ones, or leave them to the ones that are constantly here. And then that way, you got to come and identify yourself. You want to reach out to somebody, you got to come and identify yourself. You can't just lurk. And I'm not speaking ill of any of my supporters, the people that are here with me right now. Well, my second channel, Belinda, is my backup channel. I do have a second channel, David Lynn Taco Talk. I do have a second channel. Belinda, my second channel just said hi. So if you want to subscribe my second channel, I have like 106 or 107 subscribers. That's my backup channel. I back up a lot of my content from my main channel on private on my backup channel. Yeah, too many blue wrenches can make problems. And there are people that they come onto my channel and I've given them a blue wrench. I go over to their channel when they're doing a live stream. I don't have a blue wrench. I've had some that I've had to ask for a blue wrench. It's like, I'm not going to go in there and be disrespectful, and I'm not going to go in there and cause, I will basically leave them a like. I'll tell them what like number it is. I'll tell them, tell people everybody have a blessed day. You know, sometimes I'll say please leave a like to the host if they don't have that many. You've had 20 people in your stream and you only have 4 or 5 likes. It's like, well, please leave a like. It helps the channel. I'll say that. And somebody, you want to see who I'm subscribed to? I do it publicly. I don't hide my subscription list. I let you see. People ask me questions, I freely tell them. My advice or what I tell you doesn't cost you anything. I don't charge. And there are channels that are bigger than mine, 4,000 subscribers, and they're not monetized. They don't have the hours, but they certainly have picked up the subscribers, or they've reached out and they've really hustled to get 3,000 or 3,500 subscribers, but they don't have the watch time. I have been monetized for over a year. I've been monetized for over, and I waited 6 months or so when I qualified for monetization before I monetized. And people are hustling, and they've got their, they got their set up so you can leave super chats, or you can send them money. You've got one of these apps going. They'll leave you links to apps so you can give them money. You can send them money or whatever. I don't do that. I don't ask anybody to send me money. And I don't sell memberships, or I don't sell merch. I mean, one day, I've said this repeatedly, I might come up with a mug. I don't do cute shirts. I'd never do the cute shirt thing. But one day I might come up with a mug or a cup. I might do one, a coffee talk or a taco talk or something other with my name on it. And I'll probably just send it to people. I won't charge them for it. I'll probably just send it to them. It'll be my top 25 or 30 channels that support me constantly. But, I get running a bunch of people off, 6 in the house, 16 likes. Yeah, you have to earn $100. I've earned a little over $60. They owe me a little over $60. Right now I'm averaging about $11 or $12 a month. Before I was averaging very little. Now I'm averaging like $11, $12 a month. And mind you, that's like with 500 watch hours and right at 50,000 views for a 28-day cycle. And that's brought me in $10, $11, $12. I mean, you're not getting rich, people, and people work their butts off. They work their butts off. And then, well, why aren't I hustling more? There are people who are trying to make money doing this, like for their income. And you got people overseas, that are, and they've got 25, 30,000, 40,000 subscribers. And they're live streaming, and they do these overnight live streams, and they do these where they set their thing, and, some nice looking younger ladies. They get lots of views, just people want to look at them. Nobody wants to look at me, because of the way I look. I look like an old Viking, with the bald head and the beard, and if I was wearing the garb, they'd think I was an old Viking. But Amber got my packages. Okay. I did something I really haven't done before. I sent one of my friends who's a teacher, a rookie teacher, used to work as a paraprofessional for me. She's going to be a teacher at an elementary school this year. She had a wish list on Amazon. I went in and I signed a couple of things up and sent them to her. I've never done that before. I just would order stuff for me. If I send you something, normally it comes to me and then I box it up and I send it to you. I don't have Amazon deliver it directly. I may start doing that. Save some money. Mike, crush your reviews. Hello, Mike. So I am working to reach that 2,000. I would like to do that before I would like to do that before school starts in a couple of weeks. I got a couple of weeks and I have to go back to work. Like I was saying, well, I want to hit 100 on my backup channel before school gets out. So the month of May, I let my main channel rest. I worked my backup channel. I had 61 subscribers when I started. Not your flipping business. I had 61 subscribers. 2 weeks into June, and I hit my 100. Took me about 6 weeks to get those. And then I went over 100, and then all of a sudden I'm at 105. Now I think I'm at 106 or 107, and I'm not actively using. Very little do I use that channel right now. You know, very little. I look at it once in a while, see, or once in a while somebody leaves a comment on something other that I previously done, but I haven't released anything. I'm using my main channel. I achieved my goal of reaching 100 subscribers, and I did a nice 100 subscriber giveaway. And there were only 6 channels that qualified for the giveaway drawing. Enrique won. He qualified with 2 of the 6 channels. Uncle Al's a pirate. He's going to hit the Indian casinos. I don't gamble. I've never gambled. Yeah, I like the food pantry. I do a lot of those. I used to do the big ones I'd go over to Sam's and buy $300-$400 worth at a time. I hadn't been doing that recently. I hadn't been doing that. There will be come a point when I need to go over and replenish like the paper towels and the toilet paper and such, because I buy the big boxes and I got several of them. At some point that I'll go over there for that, you know. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated. Have you noticed I'm losing a little weight? I am actually losing a little weight. All the medication I'm taking. And I don't think it's that, because I've been doing so much work outside in the heat, sweating. Like, I can drink 3 or 4 bottles of cold water. I don't have to go pee. If I was just drinking cold water or just drinking bottles of water, I'd be peeing every 30 minutes or an hour. I'd have to go pee. But because I'm sweating it out, I mean, I'm just drenched in sweat. Come in just wiping, like with a towel or whatever. Just drenched. I go out and work about 15 minutes, then I take a 10-minute break as I'm, out trying to do yard work. And it's like in the 90s. It's not like Uncle Al's heat, but it's heat. Take care, Josh. Thank you for coming by. I don't do Bitcoin, Uncle Al. I don't do Bitcoin. So I will tell those of you 50 minutes in, I will tell those of you who would like to be in the next drawing. Don't wait to go into those videos and leave a like and a comment. I mean, most of you probably are that are here right now or that were here earlier. I've got 20 or so hardcore channels that watch pretty much everything I do, and they do it fairly fast. But I would check. You like gambling? Well, sort of like gambling, because your name goes in the hat, and then I go in and I do a reach in and pull one out. And if I've only got 15 to 20, names to put in, what are your odds? 1 in 15, 1 in 20? And some of you, most of you have already won because of all the ones I've done. I mean, I've done 16 or 17 of them. I've done 16 or 17 of them already. Giveaways, drawing giveaways every 100, starting with 500. When I did the 500. So the 2000 is coming up, and I'll probably continue doing them. I mean, I probably would not do them if I was like growing the way Dave is. I mean, his channel, I used to have a bigger channel than he does. I had more subscribers than he did. He was following me a couple of hundred behind. I can remember when we were both, approaching, coming up around 1,000. And he stayed a couple hundred behind me, and we joke about it. And then I stopped working the channel and everything when my wife got sort of, she had her surgery and her rehab and all that stuff, and she was messed up for several months, and I was doing very little. He wound up getting a couple hundred ahead of me, and I was basically following behind him a couple hundred. We'd laugh about that. And then 3 or 4 months ago, how long ago was it, Dave? You still here? 3 or 4 months ago, he just blew up, and all of a sudden he was just getting thousands, thousand or more new subscribers in a month. He just blew up. And when you get to a certain point, because he changed his content somewhat, you get to a certain point and you just grow exponentially. Like, I was happy when I was growing 100 a month. At one point, I was growing about 100 subscribers a month. Now, maybe every 2 to 3 months, I get 100 new subscribers. I mean, seriously. And a lot of you who have channels that are bigger than me now, my channel used to be bigger than yours, and now your channel's like bigger than mine. And I don't begrudge you that. You probably work your channel a lot harder than I do. And plus, your content is sufficiently different than mine that I don't think YouTube dislikes your content. YouTube does not like my content. People receive warnings about my content. They receive warnings about, that I may be putting out false content or some BS. People get notifications. Four months. I would hope. I mean, I tried to do preparedness. Like I said, scouts. I guess I could get an old Boy Scout, one of the old shirts with the little, the badge holder sash, like back in the days. But I try to do preparedness, and and there's lots of stuff people ask me. Most of you have my number. I get emails from some people. I get texts from other people. Once in a while, I get calls. Like, somebody wants somebody to talk to, and they call me. I'm on summer vacation, and you can try calling me or leave me a message or say, "Could you call me?" And I'll call you when I get a chance. Yeah, sure, no problem. And Uncle Al works his butt off. I'll say this: Uncle Al, Die Bullfrog 79, he works his butt off. He puts out so much content. He puts out really good videos. Sometimes he gets a little bit, gets on a rant. I mean, I do rants, but he rants, you know, and puts out really good content. But his channel's not growing the way they haven't. Knock on wood. I don't want to say the word PURGE, but you know, that would happen. I've had that happen before. Right before my daughter's wedding, or right about the time of my daughter's wedding, the second daughter that I raised is with me. I got purged like 40. I mean, I dropped over a period of a weekend like 40 channels. I said, what the hell is going on? Where's this coming from? So where did this come from? No idea. And he's had that happen. I've been unsubscribed. I've had people be unsubscribed to me, where they have to resubscribe me. They stop getting notifications. I have people tell me they can't leave a like. They're not allowed to leave a like, or they're not allowed to leave a comment. What's up with that mess? You know, what's up with that mess? So I do the best I can. Yeah, the AI. Uncle Al's on probation. Uncle Al is on double secret probation. You remember that Animal House? The whole house is on double secret probation. Never heard of that one, double secret probation. Good Lord Almighty. 8 in the house, 18 likes. Anybody sneak in, leave a comment that I didn't know about? Yeah, I know he does religious shorts. He's went over to him more. I have always, you know, I'm a religious person. I pray daily. I believe in God. I try to, you know, I try to live the way the Lord would want me to. I'm not successful at it. You know, I'm a sinner. We all have sinned. I've got a pretty good message. I can bring a pretty good message. And you got to be about things for the right reasoning. You got to have the right reason. You got some of these televangelist type pastors that's bringing in so much money, the homes they live in, the cars they drive, they have planes. Oh, please. You think that's what the Lord wanted? You know. If you want to give to people in need. I will tell you this. You get people on the side of the road, and you get people who obviously got issues and such. Don't give them cash, give them food, give them a blanket, you know, give them, you know, do something for them, because they will use their money on their addiction. You give them money, they'll use it on their addiction. They'll use it to buy cigarettes, they'll use it to buy alcohol, they'll, whatever their, you know, their drugs or whatever. A lot of people, they're just very weak, and they will basically use money that they get for their addiction. Yeah, that too, probably because of supporting Trump. Yeah. All right. So tomorrow is Saturday. I will plan on doing another live stream tomorrow. Uncle Al will probably send me a lot of material, which I went through this evening once. I appreciate everybody that supports me. I support those who support me. I keep telling y'all, my way of giving back, I give back to people. I send people stuff. They don't ask me to, but I send them stuff to show my appreciation. And I will be doing a new 2,000 subscriber giveaway when I hit 2,000. I'm getting close. Don't know when it'll happen, but this will happen. So if you have not, look at my last 5 videos. And I might release 1 or 2 more, because I'm planning on doing Stephanie's box, and I'm planning on doing an unboxing of Dave's box what he sent me. I'll probably do videos on both of those. And I'm planning on doing a menu number 4, the spaghetti, which is my favorite MRE menu, number 4, case A. Planning on doing a review of that. Make sure I release a video, look at it pretty quick, leave a like and a comment. And that way when I hit that 2,000, I go, okay, let's write down these names. And you'll be in there for all 5, and then you'll be in the drawing, and you'll have pretty good odds, because I don't think there's going to be that many people. Anyway, when I get up in the morning, I take my medication, drink my coffee, I thank God for the day, I say the Lord's Prayer, try to get right. You don't know how many days you have. They're numbered. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Are you prepared? It's hurricane season. And everybody, be prepared and have a blessed day, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. I really enjoyed this. This was a good live stream. I enjoyed it. I've been sort of down, but this sort of cheered me up a little bit. More coffee, part-time planning. Take care, Peter. Everybody, bye-bye. Thank you. Night.